Hey guys, happy Monday. Thanks for stopping by for another episode here at alliseeisW, where we talk about stocks, crypto, and finance. In today's video, we'll be covering latest updates with Opendoor, one of the hottest stocks right now, where there's potential for Open to have a significant bullish run. And can it run like GameStop and AMC, which we've seen years ago? We'll go through the latest updates along with me sharing my technical analysis, price predictions, and you don't want to miss out. I'll be playing a video clip of Eric Jackson on Open Door Technologies. Now, if you're new to this channel, I would really appreciate you hitting the like, subscribing if you're a part of the Open Army. Thanks, guys. Let's first off take a look at this post from Quantum Trader, probably some of the best analysis on Open huge opportunities. Here's a wild scenario where Open hits $82. The AI real estate revolution. Opendoor isn't just buying and selling houses, they're building the world's largest database of home values, neighborhood trends, and buyer behavior. When AI agents start buying homes for people, which is already happening, they'll need one trusted platform with instant liquidity. That platform, Opendoor. The numbers that break reality: 140 million homes in America, average home price 400,000, $56 trillion total market. If Opendoor captures just 5% of transactions, $2.8 trillion annually at 3% margins, 84 billion in profit, at 20x PE, 1.6 trillion market cap, current shares outstanding 800 million, stock price 2000 per share. But wait, it gets crazier. The tokenization play. What if Opendoor tokenizes every home they buy? Fractional real estate ownership through blockchain with Opendoor as a clearinghouse. Suddenly, they're not just flipping houses, they're creating a new asset class worth trillions. The international expansion. China has 1.4 billion people in zero iBuying platforms. India has 1.4 billion people buying their first homes ever. If Opendoor becomes the global standard for instant home liquidity, we're talking about a market 50x larger than the US. The acquisition target, Amazon, Apple, or Google, could buy Opendoor tomorrow. Real estate is the last major industry without a tech monopoly. Whoever owns the home transaction owns consumer mortgage relationships and moving services. That's worth 500 plus billion dollars to the white acquirer. Let's take a look at another post, Lieutenant Ponzi. So Open is trying to find support on $4.57 area. If we can find support above, then $15, $16 is the next level up. I mean, just look at this trend line. I mean, since 2021, it's been just bleeding out. And where there's fear on the streets, expect a nice bounce back, especially with that downward turn. I mean, since 2021 to now, I mean, that's a huge drop off. What we're seeing right now, that's nothing compared to what has happened over the last couple years. And I definitely do see the upside, with Open getting into the double digit range. I posted about Open. Open can get to $60. The next Carvana. When you scale out, look at this through the lens of long term investing. Past 5 years, Opendoor has been down close to 50%. And just with this small little bounce, I mean, it's been going up, yes, like on Friday, close to 39%. Today, it went up, 14%. End of the day with the pullback. We're still at the level where it's still considered very low in terms of the price that we saw, years ago. So definitely huge upside. Anthony Pompliano, well respected on X, he's saying people still don't understand Open. The company has captured the attention of a decentralized swarm of intelligent people on the internet. They are able to outsource their idea generation, leverage the crowd for free marketing, and the public accountability is going to force a more efficient company operation. It is all the best parts of an activism campaign without the abrasiveness that leads to distracting fights. Bigger, bolder, better. What an incredible story. So definitely bullish with Anthony, commenting about Open. Anthony posts, Dear Open execs and board of directors, here is an official submission of the various ideas of retail community has for your business. You have the opportunity to leverage the newfound attention into a tailwind that will help you accelerate Opendoor. I hope you will consider these ideas. So some of the ideas that have been provided to Open is, having the leadership and strategic direction, accelerating the CEO search process. And I think this will really help injecting the right leader to really maximize, shareholder value with the strong leader to drive Opendoor forward. Two is to have a business model evolution to asset light. I think that will come very far when you look at, similar models that we've seen with Uber, Airbnb for real estate. Also leveraging AI and technology integration, which I think, having the unique advantages partnering with like big companies like Palantir, OpenAI, that will help with deploying AI agents to eliminate the human, factors with like having to work with a real realtor where you pay like $35,000, for real estate services expansion. I think that is also something to really consider, along with just, enhanced shareholders communication, innovative financing solutions, along with customer experience improvements, through all of this with the UI interface, definitely providing the ease of use and the best experience possible for consumers. Amit posts is Open actually going to $82? When you got big time people talking about Open, that's very bullish. The branding is getting out there. A lot of people are hearing about Open Door Technologies, which is why the volume for shares being, bought and sold, it's at the level where you're at the Mag 7. Also, 7 posts is Open coming off a sweep of a 3-year lows on its highest volume ever. This could finally turn the 585, 625 resistance into support and continue shredding. That area has been previously accumulated and discounted by smart money. It ain't just retail pushing this on volume. So very bullish, on what's to come. Let's take a look at technical analysis. So what we're looking at right now, yes, we did see a pullback. In fact, today it ran up, above like 560, 570. At the end of the market, it pulled back 454, down about 9%. Now the question is, what's going to happen tomorrow? Yes, it may have a pullback or it may continue to go up in the after hours. Right now it's showing signs of, of it getting bought up. I think people like that psychological barrier of buying below $5. Now as we look at relative strength, it had a cool off from the Friday's, run up top. I think where we are right now with relative strength at 68, there's a trend for more and more people wanting to buy open door technologies. MACD, I'm anticipating that we will continue to see, green vertical histograms, and we may very well have it consolidate. The resistance may be at the, range of like, 550, 625. Once we can break that, we may definitely see that as a support. But from a contrarian perspective, we may have a pullback to $4 tomorrow. But I definitely do think that that's just a short-term hiccup. As it comes to like, the end of the week, I think we're going to be headed to like $6. As we head into early September, I think we're going to be getting up to like the $9 from here on out. But when we scale out even further, definitely do see $15, and this will get to $60 from my perspective from the months ahead.
Hey, you guys. Down day for open today on day 6. But we are hodling. And I learned something new, 2 Chinese characters, which mean hodl in Chinese. We actually now have one of the largest WeChat stock groups out there for open. And I was told by the administrator, that actually open is now a top 10 stock in terms of popularity with the Chinese netizens over there. Pretty amazing. People keep asking me why the stock was down today on Monday, and the reason I don't know. There's a big volume, 745 million. We know that like when volumes go up, some people get spooked and nervous and sell, and that's just the way it goes. But if you told me on Thursday afternoon that we'd be here in kind of the mid fours, I think everybody would have been happy. Nothing has changed. I always get asked, "You still believe? Are you still hodling?" And yes, I still believe. There's nothing about my $82 price target that's changed since today. I was golfing with my 16-year-old marketing manager with me. The other thing that is interesting is Nick O'Neill, who's a crypto influencer, told me that he's actually considering flying up here to Toronto, and he wants to meet, do a video. I said, why don't you come over in front of Drake's? We could do one there. We're going to see if that happens here or down in Miami. If there's anybody else who's in the six, though, who wants to come by this week, hang out with me, almost guest host with me on one of these days, would love to hear from you. And last thing is just I want to say, people ask me, oh, don't they need to hire a CEO? Eric, don't you want them to hire a CEO? They hired Spencer Stewart to hire them a CEO. No, I do not want this board to hire a CEO. I want them to appoint Keith Raboy to the Opendoor board. I want Keith Raboy to pick the next CEO. They'll do a better job. Anyway, that's it for today. See you guys here tomorrow.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, put it in your comments what your price prediction of Open will be from a near and long-term perspective. And if you enjoyed this content, I would really appreciate you hitting the like, subscribing, turning on the bell notification for more related content. Thanks, guys.